Happy Thursday, scholars. This week's listening and learning review is going to be on Domain 5, which was all about farms. Now we're going to reread one of the stories from our domain, and today we are going to read Old MacDonald Has a Farm. Now, before we get started, there's a few vocabulary words that I'll remind you of. One is crops, which are the plants that are grown on the farm. Harvest, which means to gather the crop once it's ready to be used and eaten. And pastures are the fields of grass where animals graze or eat. Okay, let's get started. Hello, let me introduce myself. I'm Old MacDonald and I have a farm. You might already know that because my farm is one of the most well-known farms around. My farm is famous because of a few years back, someone decided to make a song about it. The song is about all the animals on my farm and the noises they make. It's true, my farm is a rather noisy place. I have several different kinds of animals here, and each animal makes a different kind of sound. Here are a few of the farm animals I take care of on my farm. Do you know the sound each animal makes? We have moos, oinks, clucks, and baas, just to name a few. We also have woofs. This is my dog Bingo. There's a song about him too. Maybe you know it. It sounds a little like the song someone wrote about me. There was a farmer had a dog, and Bingo was his name-o. B-I-N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name-o. Bingo helps me here on the farm. Mostly he helps keep me company while I'm out working, but sometimes Bingo helps in other ways. For example, yesterday I accidentally left a gate open and my sheep got out. Bingo chased the sheep back inside the fence. As a farmer, I have many important jobs to do here on the farm, and it is hard to say whether one job is more important than another job. However, if you were able to ask my farm animals, they would tell you that taking care of them is the most important thing I do. After all, farm animals don't take care of themselves. The cows, chickens, pigs, and sheep need a farmer to give them food, water, and shelter because, as farm animals, they were not born to live on their own in nature. They need help. Excuse me while I use my pitchfork to pitch a little hay to one of my cows. She is hungry, as always. This is my barn. Sometimes, especially when it is cold or rainy outside, I bring my farm animals into the barn for shelter. I also keep my tools and other equipment in the barn. As you can see, I have a lot of tools and equipment. There are many jobs to do here on the farm, and each job requires its own tool. I keep hay for the animals up there in the hayloft, and that's my tractor over there. I love to ride through my fields on my tractor. I grow most of the farm's animals' food right here on the farm. On my farm, there are pastures full of green grass for the cows and sheep. I also plant and harvest crops of corn and wheat out in the fields. I feed most of these crops to my animals. Farm animals are big eaters, so I need to make sure I have plenty of food on hand to keep them healthy and happy. I store extra feed for the animals in my silo. A silo is like a giant can. This silo is full of dried corn, which I will use to make feed for my cows in the winter when there is less grass for them to eat out in the pasture. By the way, this is my wife, Mrs. MacDonald. I have 3 children too. Their names are Delilah, Sadie, and John. You can see our farmhouse in the background. This farm would not run smoothly without Mrs. MacDonald and the children. It takes a whole family to run this farm. You might be surprised to learn that our farm is actually very small compared to some. Sure, we have many different types of animals and we grow and harvest several different crops, but we don't have nearly as much land as some of the other farms I will show you. Farms are very important. Most of the food we eat, from hamburgers to carrots to French fries, get its start on a farm. Many kinds of fruits and vegetables come from farms. We also get milk, cheese, ice cream, and eggs from farms. Which of these foods do you like to eat? Bread, cakes, cereal, and crackers don't come straight from farms. There are no farms with cookie trees or bread bushes. But the things you need to make the bread and other foods come from farms. All kinds of meat come from farms too. Well, I have plenty of work to do today. I need to feed the rest of the animals and water the crops. First, however, I'm going to fix the latch on this gate so that sheep doesn't get out again. As soon as I finish my work, I promise to take you on a tour to see some other farms and learn all about farming and farm animals. All right, now I would love you guys to draw pictures of yourselves on a farm. You could draw the barn itself. You heard about the pastures or the fields. You heard about some different animals or crops that are on the farm. So please draw a picture of your idea of a farm. You can draw yourself in it as well. And please send them in. I would love to see them.